Okay guys, kind of hinted this on the last Amiga A500 Mini video that I did, but amazingly we are getting a C64 Mini firmware update. I didn't actually think we'd even get another one, to be honest, after the last one, but we are getting one. And it's obviously to do with an added game, some mouse support. Let's have a look at the actual details here. You've got a new manual as well if you want to download that. So what's in the update then? Frequent requests to add additional support to mice and additional joysticks on the C64 Mini, the C64, which is the Maxi, and the VIC20. So obviously they're bringing that, and you can use a USB mouse. They've also added support for, you can use up to 4 joysticks, and they've got the pending the Gamepad and the mouse, which I think is what they're releasing separately. I think they're for the A500 Mini that's coming out. I'll leave links to the Amazon gamepads and the mouse if you want to sort of look at them. They are available for pre-order right now if you want to get them ordered. There is a new game added called Space Lords, which uses a combination of joystick and mouse, which is pretty cool. So not sure how that's going to actually work. And obviously they're saying Happy Christmas to everybody. Amazing that they're actually doing a new firmware update, version 1.6.1, and it's for all models. So not loads, but there's obviously a lot more support that people have been asking for, because sometimes there's a lot of joysticks, joypads out there that don't really work as you would like them to do. So that's a really nice touch to see. So that actually bodes well for the A500 Amiga Mini that's coming out soon, that they will most likely support that for a good number of years, because the C64 Mini, I'm sure it must have launched about 3 or 4 years ago now, and they are still sort of supporting it, which I think is absolutely fantastic. So if you want to download the manual for the C64, the updated model is here. I'll leave the links in the description for you, and it is pretty cool. So if you want to play the latest Sonic the Hedgehog game that was released, you need to make sure you're upgraded to at least the last firmware update, which was version 1.5.2, which you can see down here. It did add Commodore REU support, so that should be included in this, obviously, this next firmware update too. So click on that, the update. So if you're not sure how to upgrade the firmware, the details are actually here, or you can look at one of my past videos, which I'll leave a link in the description. And basically, you download this, you follow the instructions which are on here, applying the upgrade. All the details are exactly here. You obviously need to get yourself the USB memory stick that you're using to update it, insert it, download it onto use the sort of firmware tool here, download it onto your C64 Mini, plug it in, apply the update, and away we go. But I'll go through that in the video as well while we're going. But exciting times. So interestingly, you cannot install a firmware earlier than the build currently installed. That's a bit of a disappointment, right enough, but yeah, they've had some amazing updates over the years. You look at the amount of updates we've had over the last few years, and I've covered all of them. But yeah, another one. Let's get stuck into the update and see what it actually means in real time. Okay guys, once you've downloaded the firmware, and this is the instructions on the actual screen, but once you've downloaded it, all you need to do is put your USB stick into the computer, delete the old one, and then drag across or copy, whatever you feel fit. You can just copy and paste it over into the new one. That's it. Copy and paste it onto the USB stick. Do it any way you like, and that's it. Remove the USB stick from your PC or your laptop and put it into the C64 Mini, and then we'll do the next step. Okay, power on your C64 Mini. There we go. Now you go to settings down below. It's system information, is it? Yep. It says, do you wish to upgrade to this firmware? Just apply and let it do its thing. Okay, C64 Mini is just rebooting now. And there we go, so it's been rebooted. Changes have took place. Interestingly, my music's still turned off, it's remembered and saved that. Okay, interesting sort of done the reboot there. It didn't recognise, that had the joystick in port 2 and it didn't actually recognise it, but that's weird. Anyway, so we've got the change of this took place. Let's see, I'm pretty sure there's a new game being added. Okay, so the new game that's been added is from 2012 called Space Lords. Kinda looks familiar. I wonder if it's a bit like the Atari game called Warlords, I guess. Where it's a kind of a 4-player game where you need to deflect. That's what it looks like exactly to me. So it's also a 4-player game. You're defending your corner and deflecting the whatever it is that an asteroid or something? Yeah, you've got deflecting comets towards them using your shield. Yeah, so you use a combination of 3 joysticks and a mouse. Activate each player in turn by moving the joystick or mouse while pressing fire. So interesting, I'll maybe give it a bash with the joystick and then maybe try inserting a mouse and then see how it goes. That sounds quite interesting. Okay guys, here we go, we've got Space Lords. What we're going to do is maybe play just with the original joystick to start with. So just press your button and it'll recognise it. So you can use a mouse as well and other joysticks. We're going to test that in a little minute. First what we'll do is we'll try utilising this. You see I'm the green guy. So you just really need to deflect the comets or asteroids, whatever you want to call them. It's totally like the Atari game Warlords. And you're really just defending your base so that you don't get penetrated. And once you're a little alien dude gets penetrated or hit with the comet, it's game over. It can be quite fun, I think, if you're definitely playing. It's not much fun playing against yourself with this computer, but playing against other friends, it probably is the way to play it, which is why obviously it's a 4-player game. But I'm going to be interested to see how this actually works with a mouse. I tried a wireless mouse, so it was a Bluetooth mouse, and it did initially detect the buttons, but it wouldn't detect the sort of movement. So what we'll do is see if we can get a wired mouse, if that actually makes a difference. But it can be quite a good fun game. But yeah, let's maybe try a few different controllers, see if they recognise these, and maybe a sort of wired mouse and see what happens. Hopefully it will recognise. Obviously this is the Mini, so it might be more sort of effective on the Maxi. I think the Maxi can probably have up to 4 players connected with. The Mini, I don't really have the ability to do that at the moment. Oh, I'm definitely under pressure here. The computer controllers are far too good at this for me. Yeah, let's try some other controllers now. Okay, let's try using a mouse now, guys. So I've tried a wireless mouse, Bluetooth connection, and now trying like a USB mouse. It does actually detect it, but I don't get any movement, unfortunately. I don't know whether you need the official Commodore mouse or what, or the Gamepad, the Amiga A500 mini mouse, I don't know. Okay, so no matter what I do, this USB pad doesn't even detect it at all, so kind of weird. I don't know whether it's a certain joypad. Obviously it does detect. I'm pressing the button here on the mouse and it does detect it and press it, but oh wait a minute, here we go, it's working now. So it didn't work initially, it's quite sensitive though. As you can see, it's a bit overly sensitive to play. And I've got the joystick as well in my other hand. I'm playing a 2-player game myself. So yeah, it does work, so I don't know, a bit of teething troubles to start with. But it's definitely working. This is just a Logitech mouse, very cheap mouse, but it's definitely working now. You can see it's over super sensitive. But yeah, we're definitely working. That was a worry there, it didn't seem to sort of detect it initially, but we're definitely go. That's quite good. But probably when the Amiga A500 Mini comes out, I'll probably give it a try with that when we do get them. But maybe go and see if we can get some other joypads and see if it does actually work. Not necessarily in this game right enough, but see if it does recognise them right away, because the compatibility wasn't particularly amazing to start with. It's a little bit hit and miss, so let's have a little try with that. Okay guys, I've sort of inserted my 8-bit do controller and thinking that might actually be recognised now, considering it's quite a standard controller, but no matter what I do to the connections, nothing is recognising. It's No, it's not recognising it at all. It doesn't really matter what slot it is, I've got it set in. So I'll maybe check my initial iNex controllers, which are fantastic. They do look a bit like my SNES 8-bit do controller, and see if they still work. They were fantastic, to be honest, initially when I got the C64 Mini. Okay, yeah, so the initial iNex controllers that I used, or iNext, still work, and they're absolutely fantastic to play games on, and much better than the original joystick. I'll leave a link in the description if you want to look at these. I'd highly recommend them. They're absolutely fantastic. They're perfect. Not sure what other controllers work. I'm not going to go through testing all of them. I have no idea. It'd be good to sort of get a list, I guess, of what does work and what doesn't, because it's kind of got a bit confusing over the years. But this is definitely working on my NX controllers, and they're fantastic. You can just pick them up from Amazon, come in a double pack, and they're fairly cheap. But well, let's have a quick bash at the game and I'll show you how easy it is. Like, it's definitely much easier to play some of these games using these controllers rather than try to use the joystick. The joystick is just horrible at times. So interestingly, this game is soulless, which I think there's actually going to be a second game. Not sure if it's out yet or it's on its way, but they're definitely making a second one. And this was a free game that was added maybe last year or the year before, and it's particularly good. But yeah, it does make it tricky for jumping purposes on the joystick. But it's good. Using the sort of D-pad, it's much better. Actually makes it really quite a fun game. So I'm pretty sure everyone will have tried all sort of different joysticks, joypads, but this one is definitely my favourite. I would highly recommend it. This is a great little game as well. Pretty hard though. Making it look easy. Anyway guys, thanks for watching. That's the new firmware update. I'm not really sure we'll get much more firmware updates, to be honest, after this. I'm pretty sure a lot of the concentration will be on the A500 Amiga Mini that's coming out, so I don't think we're going to see much more support. I'm sure they might drop the odd one in here and there, but I'm pretty sure this might be one of the last ones we'll ever see, to be honest. But you never know. It's quite nice we've got sort of mouse support now. And maybe even some additional joypad, joystick support, but I don't really see any difference myself. It'd be good to get a list of what controllers are compatible. But anyway, still quite nice. It's obviously this update is for the Maxi, the Mini and the VIC20. Thanks for watching, catch you again next time. Bye for now.